tax-free. Come on to the line, Steve.
Thank you so much for that, Kelly. I appreciate that. And yes, we're very excited here and some of the things that we're doing and where we're going. And I have the privilege of introducing our tech guy. He actually was in California with us. A great, great guy. A lot of really positive things and changes since Jay's been on board. And I'm not going to get long-winded here. I'm going to hand it right to Jay because his time is tight. I want to make sure he gets as much time as he needs to show you what we're doing and how to do some of this stuff. So, Jay Barami, are you there?
I am here, Steve. Thank you so much for those kind words.
Thank you, Jay, for everything that you do. And I'm going to let you run with it. It's all yours, and I'll mute out.
Okay, no problem. So welcome, everybody. I'll introduce myself again. My name's Jay, and I'm with Telex Free, helping guide them down the path of better technology to handle the needs of the reps out there like you guys that are doing it every day, and hopefully making some changes that will make your lives a little bit better, a little bit easier. And we'll be introducing some new stuff here, rolling out really quick over the next couple of weeks. What we're going to be rolling out here later today is the opportunity for you to sign up to get what we call your GPG account. We partnered with a company called Global Payroll Gateway, and they are an international provider of payment solutions that allow us to pay our reps all over the world in a variety of different ways and allow you guys, the reps, to get your funds in a variety of different ways. The demo I'm going to show you today is kind of a brief demo that's going to show you how you can actually execute the creation of your account yourself and show you what to do next, which is go through the activation process. When you're done with that process, you'll be presented with what we call a payee dashboard. That dashboard is going to allow you to see what commissions are coming your way, give you the opportunity to request the funds in that dashboard, and get paid out in a variety of different ways that I'll talk about. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling 100%, so if I get a little scratchy during the call, I'll apologize now. And I unfortunately don't have a payee dashboard to show you, but I'll describe to you what you'll see. And once you sign up, you'll be able to see. And we'll probably do a follow-up call next week to kind of shake out some of the bugs. So I'm going to start by kind of what you're going to see when you log into your back office later tonight or today, depending on what time we release it. It's done and ready for production. We're just making sure that we have all our ducks in a row on the other side to release it. But what you'll see when you'll log in later once we release this is you'll see something that looks like this red notification banner. We call this a message banner. And right below the email not validated banner, if you haven't validated your email, you'll see another banner, and it'll say submit your information to GPG, and it'll have a link just like this validate your email link. What that link's going to do is when you click it, it's going to actually send over your information to create your account on the GPG system, and it's going to redirect you over to the page that explains what GPG is. Somebody hit a different back office and already have activated that account for you. So this guy right here, he's already selected that he wanted to be a GPG guy. And actually, everybody's going to have to do that sooner or later. So it's something that you're going to have to do along the way. If you get into your back office and you don't see that, it means we did it for you, probably because you earned a commission and we wanted to pay you. So we went ahead and created the account for you. But if you see it first, that'll help us out because we won't have to do it. So this guy went ahead and he clicked that link, and when he clicked that link, he was actually redirected to this page right here, My GPG. And this tells you a little bit about Global Payroll Gateway. It tells you what it does and why we selected it. And it goes on to talk about some other stuff, how you're going to have to activate and how it works. Once you see this page, whether you clicked through or you went through the navigation to get there, you would have by now received 2 emails. One email is going to welcome you to the GPG payroll system, indicating that Telex Free chose GPG to work their payroll and some benefits to you and how it's going to work, similar to what you see on this page. And you also received a second email that second email is a very short, sweet email that says, here's your activation PIN. And what we're going to ask you to do is activate your GPG account. And once you click this link, it's going to take you over to the GPG activation system. Now, I'll note right here that once you activate, the next time you click this link, it's just going to bounce you right into your payroll dashboard. So the activation is just a one-time event that happens. And what activation does is it allows me to know that you're really you and that you have the information I need to ensure that you're you. We're talking about money here. We want to make sure the money goes to the right guy. I don't want some guy that's got a different email address for you bouncing in here trying to set up your GPG account for you because he had access to your back office one time and may know an email address. This is all about security. I'm sending the PIN code to the email address on file. With that PIN code, you can verify the information as you go through the process, and then you'll see what's going on. So let me show you what that's going to look like. So open up a new page, and this is the first page of the activation process. We've got information here in 4 languages to help our customers all over the world understand what this process is. But basically, it all says the same thing. We emailed you a PIN, and you're going to need this PIN to do what you need to do. If you didn't get it, check your junk mail folder. If you still didn't get it, down here at the bottom, we're actually going to give you a chance to resend that email. So you can say, well, I didn't get it, it's in spam, I got it the other day and I can't find it. Just click the link, it's going to give you a link there with your PIN and email it to you. And you type in that PIN and away you go. Before I do that, I want to explain a couple things about the PIN. Again, this is security. This is banking. We have to abide by the rules of the banking industry. And what that means is that if you put in the PIN wrong 3 times, I'm going to block you, and you're not going to be able to get to your account until you call GPG or you call someone over here at Telex Free and say, I put in my PIN wrong 3 times, my account's frozen, and I need to fix that. So I'll show you what that's going to look like. I'm just going to put in the wrong PIN 1 time and say submit. And it's basically saying, hey, you're bumming because you're frozen. And that's actually a bummer for me because I need to go and unfreeze my account now so I can show you guys what actually happens on the next page. But that'll only take me a minute to do. But before I do that, I want to go on to say what you're going to see in the activation page. What you're going to see on the activation page is the first thing is it's going to ask you to choose your language. That way, if you're in one of the 15 languages that we support in the GPG payment system, you'll be able to navigate your payee dashboard in your native language. And we support all the languages we support on the site, which is Portuguese, Spanish, and English. But we also support simplified Chinese and a handful of other languages that you'll see in there, including Russian, Czechoslovakian, Polish, Italian, and French, I think, are all in there. There's more languages being added to GPG system all the time, so they're really great about kind of adding languages. They support customers that do international transactions now, so they're really good about doing that. Once you choose your language, it's going to continue on and ask you a few key bits of information that you've probably seen before. So it's going to say, hey, is this your name? Is this your email address? It's going to ask you to change your password. We send over a unique password on the creation of your account, and we silently log you in with that password, and then it asks you to change it. So change that to something that you'll remember. We like to call this your money password. It's the password you're going to need to get into your payee system. You could make it the same as your back office if you want to, but we wouldn't recommend it. It's kind of like your second password if you're familiar with that. So make it something that only you know or someone that you really trust knows, because it's going to be the way that you can go in and choose what happens to your money. Along the way, it's going to ask you some questions like security questions, and that's kind of for the forgot password part. So it's going to say, what's your mother's maiden name, what's the street you grew up on, stuff like that, just information that you have and someone else might not know. So when the time comes that you forgot your password, you can actually go through the process of answering some security questions, and then they'll send you a password reset. Once you go through that process and kind of answer those questions, again, it's a one-time thing. and you click through, it'll activate your account. You'll get a notification in your email that says, thanks, your activation's complete. And again, what's going to happen when you actually go through that process is the next time you actually choose to log into GPG from this page in your back office, it's going to send you right to your payee dashboard. Let's talk about the payee dashboard for a moment. What does it all mean? Well, currently in your system now, you've got this method of going in to see what you got going. You can see your history, you can ask for a withdrawal, you can pay your bills, and you can transfer funds. All this stuff here is going to go away because all that stuff is going to be handled in your payee dashboard now. When you log in your payee dashboard, you're going to see a very clearly stated method of understanding the commissions that you've been paid and what their status is. Let's talk about statuses for just a sec. A status is just that. It's going to kind of tell you where your commission is in the process. So when we first load it up, we run your commissions. Let's just say hypothetically today's Monday morning, we're going to run commissions. And you earned $100. We're going to put $100 in your payee dashboard, and it's just going to say pending. It's going to show you that we know you earned $100. You know you earned $100. But we're still checking some stuff out to make sure that you should get that $100. What does that mean? That means maybe somebody canceled an order or charged back their credit card, or an invoice was paid and something happened to it and it went south and we had to refund the money. If you earned a commission because of that payment, we want to make sure that you don't get that commission. We just have to protect everybody in this state. So we're gonna make sure that before we release that to actually having it available for you to withdraw, that the time has gone by that you have to request your withdrawal. Usually it's 7 days. And that also there's no pending bad stuff going on with the funds that created that commission for you. So we're doing fraud screening, fraud reporting, chargeback reporting. In the industry, that's called a clawback. We're basically going to see if there's any reason we shouldn't pay you that commission. Maybe you're just a bad guy and we said we didn't want to pay you because you were mean. I'm just kidding. So with that, you're going to see it in there, pending. If it's ready for you to be paid, the status is going to change and it's going to be available. And then you'll have the options to do some stuff. Regardless if you have a commission pending, you'll be able to set up your system to do all the stuff that you'll need to do and have some automation. So let's talk about that. In your system, you're going to see the opportunity to create up several different payout methods. So when you request your funds, you're ready to get that $100. Maybe $100 isn't a good choice. Let's pretend you have $300 in there because we know that's our threshold. We want you to earn at least $300 before you ask to withdraw the funds. So you have $300 in your account. You're ready to withdraw it. You're like, how do I want to get that money? They used to wire it to me. That would be a great way to get it. And maybe some of you guys are familiar with the industry. You had a pay card. Some companies will issue a pay card so we can put the funds on that card, and then you can go around and use it like a Visa card if you want. And then some of those functions in those pay cards give you the ability to take that money and move it somewhere else. So what we're going to do is we're going to offer you a bunch of choices. Choice one is going to be put in your bank account information with information that's on your check, like a routing number and account number, and we'll ACH that funds right over into your bank account if it's in a country that's supported. So this system pays out in lots of different countries, 70-plus countries. So if it's in there, boom, it's going to go right to your bank account through the ACH process or electronic funds transfer. No more messy wires or wire fees or any of that stuff. It just goes straight through. Now, let's say you don't have a bank account in a country that's supported. Let's say you live in some country that doesn't have a bank that's supported by GPG. We can turn on the SWIFT function and actually send you a wire from this system. That'll come a little bit later, but it's going to be there if you need it. So don't feel bad if you like getting wire transfers. Let's say that you don't want a wire transfer and you don't want it to ACH into your bank account. You don't have a checking account, let's say, for instance. If you have a credit card in your wallet, any credit card that was issued by any bank in the world, anywhere, anytime. It could be a American Express card. It could be a Visa or MasterCard issued by whatever bank, your local bank. We'll send the funds to that card. If you've got a balance on that card, you can choose to pay the balance with those funds, or you can keep it there, depending on your card issuer. Let's say that your bank card that you have, your Visa or MasterCard, is actually a debit card. For some of you guys have those, where the funds come right out of your checking or savings account. If that's the case, the funds will actually go right into that checking or savings account. So you'll be able to get those funds deposited in your bank the same way that a normal ACH payment would happen, or funds into that account. Hold on for me just one sec if you could.